What's up, guys? It's Eventon here. So I got back yesterday from my week-long break, hanging out with the family, and it was honestly a much-needed time away from work and some other obligations, and just kind of kick up my feet with the family, which was long overdue and really nice. So I really hope you guys enjoyed your holidays as well and were able to relax. But now that I'm back, I want to make videos for you guys because, again, I love this game. And when I got back yesterday, I saw in my browser, like in my launcher for Eve through Steam, it said your year in Eve. It said create your video, and I was like, okay, you're gonna have to upload a video or something like that to CCP. But to my surprise, when I clicked on it, it takes you to this browser, which you'll see on the screen right now. On my end, it says view my video because I've already done it. But for some of you guys that haven't, I would actually love for you guys to upload your video because after the end of this, it'll give you like a little link that you can post for other people to see. So they want you to put it up on your Instagram and different social media platforms. I would love it if you guys would actually put it down in the comments below because I know a lot of you guys do different types of content than I do. And so basically what you do is you click on where it says start your video. You can only use one character per account. So, be sure you want to show off the right type of content or maybe choose your main, whichever it is. So I'm actually going to be showing two videos. One is my main and one is my alt. But when you actually log in, you pick your character, you pick up the 5 different pieces of content, and basically CCP pulls all these analytics about that type of content, and they put it into this really cool video that's roughly like a minute and a half long. And it honestly takes like 15 seconds, so it's super, super quick. I think it's a really cool thing that they did. And so we're going to cover the video here in a minute, but I will have to, the music they have is awesome, but I think I've been warned by CCP and some other content creators that it is like copyrighted and things like that. So I'm going to be either using like different music or just using commentary over the top of it. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. All right, and as this beginning part is like loading through, something I always forget to say at the beginning of my videos, which is don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys, because especially subscribe, that stuff really helps out the YouTube algorithm, and it really motivates me to make more videos for you guys. So looking at this, Eventon is an alt character I actually made in April 12th of this year. My main account is like 3 years old, but I took like a 2.5 year break. Something like that, and so I actually started playing him in like February, so I created her about 2.5 months later, and mainly used her as an explorer as well as a scout for my hauling. Used her for some other reasons, but as you'll see here, definitely like in the first like 3 or 4 months of when I was playing Eve, honestly I was a bit of a whale. So even though her account is only like 8 months old, she had obviously gained a lot of skill points this year, so I bought a lot of packs, did a lot of skill injections, things like that, bought stuff off the market. So I really wanted to help her get up to speed to be able to help my main character as much as possible. Plus I really wanted to explore more different parts of the game because my main character was doing a lot of combat and things like that. But as you can see, she did a lot of jumps and a lot of warp drive activations, systems visited, so she was obviously my explorer and my scout for my hauling. Especially the warp drive activations. I think why that number is so high is because I did actually a lot of ninja looting on this character as it pertains to, especially during the Triglavian invasion. So a lot of ships were dying in all kinds of systems. People were leaving behind really, really good wrecks with lots and lots of loot. So I would just sit, just probably like 200 kilometers off the gate, try and warp in, take some of the loot. So that's why you see a lot of warp drive activations. And I definitely use the Synesis the most. On this character, which you'll probably see here in a little bit. Yeah, there's the Synesis. I spent a lot of hours just sitting in station. I think that's mainly because honestly I would run this game on my main and my alt in the background while I was playing other games, things like that, or I'd be looking up tutorial videos, I would be watching like marketing videos, things like that. And so I would honestly like let Eve just run in the background without knowing it. So that's why I think I've racked up a lot of hours over this last year. I spent obviously most of my time in high security space and used the Synesis most of the time, as you can see, mostly for scouting and like ninja looting. Resource harvesting, this is something I wasn't originally planning on having her being like a miner. I was just going to strictly use her for exploration, scouting, and some other like ninja looting, things like that. But it wasn't until recently, I would say the last like 2 or 3 months, I really kind of made the conscious effort to make 2 more alt characters and kind of form a little small mining fleet I could occasionally log into and just make a mining fleet publicly that other people can join. And I think people love that kind of experience to join like a pub mining fleet. So I maxed out like all of her mining skills. She can fly exhumers. Her mining yield is completely maxed out, so that's why you see some ore mine. I did a little bit of gas stuff, but it really didn't intrigue me. Ice mining is honestly just asking to be ganked, to be honest, so I don't even bother with that. Plus, it's a whole different skill set. I don't care to level up. Ratting is just one of those skills. It's like the 5th skill I picked. You can pick up to 5 to make the video. I knew she didn't do a lot of ratting, which is fine. I just figured I would just pick it just for the heck of it. Wormholes, as you can see, the top like 13%. I spent a lot of time in wormholes, like the first like, I would say like the 2-3 months of this character. Then once she got enough skills and experience to fly something better than a heron, then I started using her as a scout for my hauling and things like that. So this is, a lot of it was front loaded, like with the first like 2 or 3 months and when she was made, and wormhole systems. And I went to Thera once. So I honestly just stumbled upon it one day, thought it looked cool, but never really cared to go back again. As you can see, most of the time she spent was just exploration sites, especially during the winter Nexus stuff. I'm not sure if that takes that into consideration, but it would be cool if it did. And as for the ISK wallet, I did transfer a lot of money between my main and my alt account to help, you know, buy modules and any kind of extra income my main would accumulate. I would just give it to my main, or my alt would make. I would give it to my main character, as you'll see here in a second, just so he could reinvest it in the market. I did a lot of market stuff on my main, as you'll see here in a little bit. So that's it for my alt character. So as you guys can see, not a lot of PvP. It's the same story on my main. You'll see some of the like similar statistics, but yeah, CCP did a really good job making these videos, and we'll go ahead and take a look at my main character right now. All right, now time for my main account. So my main character, Weasley Eventon, there's a bit of a story between both of them. So the name Weasley, I actually did a lot of streaming on Twitch for Hearthstone and other games before I started playing Eve. And Weasley was just a name I had, and when I created this character like 3 years ago, I wanted Weasley in the name. And the Eventon thing was just kind of like an afterthought. I just thought it would be funny to have like the name Eve in the name. And then eventually, as I started making more of my alt characters, they all had the name Eventon or Eve somewhere in the name. It had the word Eve in it. And so there's kind of a story between, obviously, both of them. But yeah, part of me kind of wishes I just made my YouTube channel just Weasley Eventon, just to kind of do it, because my Twitch name is Weasley, but then on here it's Eventon, and then on Discord it's Weasley, so it's kind of changed up. So I just need to homogenize all that stuff together. But anyway, as we go on to the statistics, as you can see, I was a bit of a whale. I did spend a lot of money on packs and skill injectors when I first started off, because I wanted to kind of catch up to my friends that were initially playing. Travel jumps, I was in the top 1 and 2%. I did a lot of hauling. I honestly did a ton of market flipping, not just hauling, like doing contracts. I did that initially, and honestly, it's in my opinion, it's not completely worth the risk. I think when you start getting to some like really high collateral stuff, if you do get caught, or if you just, there's that one time you're not completely paying attention at the wheel, you can undo you know, dozens of contracts worth of work in one loss. And so I honestly started just doing market flipping, because 1, you can probably make more profit, and 2, you're not notifying, you know, that person that you accepted the contract, and that you're basically going to be flying through these systems with, you know, 2, 3, 4 bill in your cargo and making you a big target. So if anything, the less people know that you're moving stuff, the better. Again, I actually did a bit of ninja looting on this character as well, but again, I was just a ton of mission running, so I've just been playing this character a lot. Hours spent in stations. This is really embarrassing. I just left the character running a lot in the background. I was watching a lot of videos. It's really hard to believe I spent that many hours just sitting AFK in station. I was playing other games, watching videos, just trying to learn the game as much as possible. But yeah, high security space. And again, I've said it dozens of times, the Orca is absolutely my favorite ship. It can haul, it can mine, it can do support, it can do all kinds of stuff. So I've always really enjoyed it, and it's still my favorite ship even to today. As I said earlier, the Gila was the ship I used a good amount of the time in Abyssal Dead Space. I did do a lot of Fierce Gammas. Eventually I did do some like Chaos stuff, like Chaos Filament level stuff, but not too frequently. I think after I had like a small series of losses, I kind of wanted to give it a break and try some other types of content. I've never been ganked on the way out. I almost did one time get ganked on the way out of like an Abyss Filament run, but they didn't get me. And so I said preferred Abyss Filament. I made sure I wanted to really grind those like Fierce Gammas, because that was just 24/7 all day free ISK, but it could be stressful at times. Mission running was my thing. I did a lot of mission running, again in my Gila at first. Then I started doing a Dominix, like a sniper fit, which was effective, but it just took a really long time. It was safe mission running, but it just took forever. to do a lot of stuff. And now I've kind of graduated up to the rattlesnake over the last couple months, which has been working great, but again, it's really slow. My goal is to eventually get into a Macarial at some point this year. I spent a ton of my skill points into intelligence and memory and kind of maxing those out. So the majority of next year is just going to be completely into weapon skills and flying different variety of ships. Resource harvesting, this was mostly just high-sec solo mining in my Orca. I did very little into like in an actual barge. I did a little bit, but once I got into Orca, I was doing quite a bit of high-sec solo mining, and then I would mainly use my alts to kind of support around it. Didn't do any gas or mine ice, as I said before. Market trading, as you can see, I spent a lot of time market trading this year. So I did over 13,000 transactions, over 254 million ISK in sales and then in purchases, things like that. So I just did a lot of stuff. Honestly, I learned a lot of it being just self-taught, watching some stuff on Oz Eve as well, learning how to like flip stuff and kind of buy and sell in the market. For some reason it says here like I lost ISK. I'm not sure how that ISK wallet, maybe it's because I'm transferring a lot. I bought packs and things like that, so I'm not sure if that affects it, but I actually, my net worth is higher than it's ever been, and I actually have a ton of assets. So I'm not sure why it's saying it's lower, but I think just overall, just looking at the wallet, that I've had nearly 500 billion ISK just kind of come in and out of my wallet over the year, which is really, really impressive. So I really want to crank those numbers up. And that's pretty much it, guys. Again, don't forget to post the link of your guys' video down in the comment section below. I would honestly love to see what kind of content you guys enjoy doing, especially as it pertains to like PvP, proving grounds, manufacturing, because that's all stuff I didn't really do this last year that I want to explore coming up this next year. And I know there's a lot of amazing players out there that honestly do way cooler content that I do. So I would love for everyone to kind of give a platform for them to show off a bit. But more importantly, I just want to thank you all for giving me this experience on EVE Online, because I truly believe it's one of the best games ever made, and I don't plan on leaving it anytime soon. So I do have a lot of plans for the next year when it comes to content and truly building more of a community in and outside the game as well. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm looking forward to your videos too as well. And again, don't forget to fly safe.